May Day is a national holiday in China, so we boarded a bed bus to go to Jinghong, which is in the south of Yunnan. In the morning, we arrived in Jinghong, which is a city on the Laos, Vietnam, and Myanmar border with China. This is tea growing area, and so we stopped in a tea shop, and you can see that they make big pressed cakes of tea. Next, we went to the Botanical Gardens where they have these unusual lily pads and beautiful flowers and rubber trees. There are infinite varieties of bougainvillea here. The sound of the chainsaw that you hear is actually many insects. Two hours from Jinhong was a nature reserve, and I was surprised to see a young male elephant just running loose. You can even hear the sound of a highway close by. It really seemed dangerously close to people. Now it's even walking up to the highway. You can hear a little child here saying Da Shang, which is Chinese for elephant. Then I noticed it had a big chain on its front leg. So I guess it wasn't as loose as I thought. However, I don't think it was staked down. This was my second wild elephant of the day. There's a lovely river running through the wildlife sanctuary, and it would turn completely muddy from time to time, which meant upstream wild elephants were bathing. We stayed overnight in a treehouse in the jungle. There were these round footprints in the mud, which meant that wild elephants had passed through this way. In the morning we got up early so we might see some elephants, but we just heard many birds and saw one domestic animal. The tree bark has very interesting patterns. When we got back from our morning walk, we were greeted by some of our ancestors. Some of you may be surprised and disturbed by what happened next, but I can assure you that we came out okay.
You like me a lot. This is saying like this. It's gonna start moving my hair. They're really nice. C'est dégueu comme tu fais. Don't poop on me. C'est un gars et une fille ou pas? Non, c'est deux gars. Alors prends-en une de photo. C'est ça. Ah mais tu vas-y. C'est ça une photo. Non. Si celle-là c'est la femelle. Non, il y a une piquette.
Then the tour groups arrived with their megaphones and they're posing in front of the river. The guy in blue wants to sell a picture. Then we took an aerial tram back to the main gate of the wildlife refuge, flying over the tops of the trees. I was surprised to see the same wild elephant that I had seen the day before in the same place. And here's another one, only I can see the chain on its front leg. So we returned to Jinghong, where we're interested in noticing that people wear Southeast Asian costumes, elephants are in the parks, and celebrated in nighttime displays. On the way back to Kunming, the bus stopped in this grim-looking place for lunch. Although parts of the trip were arduous, we're glad we saw Xishuangbanna.